me to characterize what kind of operations, but there have been some increases in the levels of enrichment. In some levels there has been a slight decrease, but nothing that alters the general trend, which is one of continuing to accumulate enriched uranium at 5, 20 and 60%. You know, we have a list of inspectors that are the ones that are trained and are on a list of people that I can send in my teams to inspect in Iran. They decided to limit, to withdraw the authorization for a good number of them. And not surprisingly, some of the best, most experienced inspectors we have. Let it be no doubt that, of course, a country has a right to say who is coming or who is not. But as I have characterized this is completely uncalled for. We do not understand why they are doing this, and this is objectively making my job much more difficult. So this is why I'm calling Iran to review this attitude. I don't understand, frankly, why they do this. It's certainly a step in the wrong direction. It's not a step in the right direction. I'm not accusing Iran of anything, all right? But what I'm telling the world, and I'm telling them first, in these conditions, I am not able to confirm that everything is as it should be in your country. We do not speculate, we do not guess. When we say something... Well, the danger is growing. This is a reality because with the military operations in the region as part of the current counteroffensive, or, well, it's not for me to characterize what kind of operations, but they are increasing. This is quite evident. My inspectors tell me the sound of heavy artillery is ever present there, so it's relatively close to the plant. But the idea of having an exclusion zone or a security perimeter at this point in time and in the present conditions of the war is not possible. What is still possible is what we did, is to agree on certain rules of the road, or code of conduct if you want, whereby people should accept that one should not attack kinetically, directly, a nuclear power plant, and the nuclear power plant should not be militarized. So for now, we are, we go by the day, I can tell you. We are crossing each day without a major problem. Most probably, yes. Most probably, yes. Normally, I try not. At the end of the day, what matters is what is in this water. Does this water contain radionuclides that would be harming the environment? Yes or no? And this is the question. And so far, we have been able independently to verify that the levels of tritium, I don't want to get too techie here because it may be boring, but the levels of one radionuclide that could be problematic, it's extremely low, extremely low. I mean, you're putting it right. We are trying to solve the situation. This is perhaps one of the most difficult issues we have in front of us. The program is growing, the nuclear program is growing. We left the country, or were invited to leave, expelled, in 2009. How about that? That's a long time ago, isn't it? We have been able to follow what is going on through information, satellite imagery, analysis, etc. We have to reestablish a dialogue. We know that many things have happened, not things that we would, of course, applaud, in the sense that North Korea has become a de facto nuclear weapon possessor state, which is, of course, objectively not a good development. But this does not relieve us from the necessity to talk to them. Well, it's an escalation of nuclear arms in a region that is already volatile. But again, I think that what is important is to re-engage. There are certain areas where, of course, there's a political dialogue. You remember that in the past there used to be six-party talks and other even bilateral conversations, which is part of the issue and perhaps the most important one. From the IAEA perspective, we think we have a contribution to make, and I think that it's time that we turn the page with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and that we look into areas where we can constructively work.